Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be shedding light on what are high value men. So, what are high value men, you may ask? Without further ado, without further delay, allow me to demystify that answer to that inquiry right here, right now. High value men are deemed to be high value men simply because they are ascribed high value by others. However, that does not denote that they have any more intrinsic value as human beings than other people. It is all about perception, and perception is deemed to be subjective and not objective, to say the least. So, high value men are perceived to be high value men simply because they possess the qualities, the traits, the attributes, and the characteristics of high value men. However, there is a caveat to that rule. Even if a man lacks the qualities, characteristics, traits, and attributes of a high value man, he can still be deemed a high value man if he is extremely wealthy, or if he's derived from a family that is comprised of high value men. So, if someone is the offspring of a world-renowned athlete or a world-renowned influencer or a world-renowned celebrity, they can be deemed a high-value man on that basis. So, sigma men and tandemless alpha men are typically deemed to be high-value men. High-value men are pioneers of their own destinies. They attempt to manifest the quintessential versions of themselves into reality. They live fulfilling, worthwhile, meaningful lives. They are aspirational to others. High-value men typically embrace an optimistic outlook on life in tandem with an abundance mindset. They are steadfast on reaching their higher aspirations and reaching their overarching goals. They are keen on manifesting their ambitious, lofty, grandiose visions into reality. They are often creatives, inventors, innovators, forward-thinking mavericks, and of course, pioneers of their own futures. They're typically not submissive, nor obsequious, nor subservient, nor docile to other people. They forge their own futures. They carve out their own destinies. They typically live lives to their fullest and do not shirk on doing so. So, high-value men typically live meaningful, fulfilling, worthwhile, meritorious lives. They're typically goal-driven, influential, competent, inspirational, wealthy, and attractive. They typically have robust social skills, top-notch leadership skills, and of course, expert power. They typically have sizable networks, as well as substantial wealth. They do not concede to settling for less out of life. They reap the most out of life and do not neglect to do so. I hope that you deemed this video to be insightful and enthralling. To recapitulate in sum, the abridged version is that high value men are only deemed to be high value men because they possess the qualities, attributes, characteristics, and traits of high value men. They are perceived to be high value men if they are alpha men or sigma men. They are ascribed high value by others. However, value is deemed to be subjective. And just because they are ascribed high value by others does not mean that they have any more intrinsic value as human beings relative to other men. High value men are typically ambitious, assertive, persuasive, influential, goal-driven, knowledgeable, competent, wealthy, attractive, and of course, mindful. They possess ample, desirable qualities, traits, attributes, and characteristics. They live fulfilling, meaningful, worthwhile, meritorious, accomplished lives. They know how to live their lives to the utmost fullest. And know how to live their lives audaciously, boldly, and brazenly. They are not deterred to take strategic risks. They are not deterred to be pioneers of their own destinies. They are not deterred to forge their own futures. They do not live their lives by groveling at an employer's feet. They typically work in entrepreneurial capacities so that they have purview over how their sacrosanct, indispensable, finite, precious, invaluable time is allocated. They do not want to forfeit purview over their sacrosanct, indispensable, finite, precious, non-replenishable, invaluable time. They understand that time is their utmost valuable asset. They profusely understand that. So, I hope that you deem this video to be enthralling and insightful. Have a blissful day. Goodbye.